Welcome to News Update on Value Chain TV. I am Mimana Bagudu with the news. The newly appointed chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, has said that monies lost to contract and procurement fraud was enough to pay for the construction of at least 1,000 kilometers of roads, build close to 200 standard tertiary institutions, and educate about 6,000 children from primary to tertiary levels at 16 million naira per child. The EFCC boss noted that between 2018 and 2020, Nigeria lost 2.9 trillion naira to contract and procurement fraud, adding that the Commission will not hesitate to prosecute any offender irrespective of social or political status. While emphasizing the investigative powers of the Commission, Olukoyede declared that as EFCC chairman, he was at liberty to investigate even the President of the Senate. Addressing the issue of corruption in public service, he advised lawmakers to ensure that the fight against corruption begins in the National Assembly. He called on the judiciary to place substantive justice above technicalities when dealing with corruption cases. Energy stakeholders have said that to meet with the growing demand for energy in Nigeria and Africa as a whole, there is need for investments to bring about the production of untapped resources in the nation and continent. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Platform Petroleum Limited, Anim Osadebe John, revealed this in a panel discussion titled Invest in Africa at the ongoing African Energy Week in Cape Town, South Africa. He said that the issue of energy poverty in Africa is as a result of lack of investment in the continent's resources, adding that Nigeria has the capacity to attract investors that are ready for business. Also speaking at the session, the General Manager of Leveni Energy Group, Mr. Yinka Adelodun, said that the midstream sector is necessary to get the upstream right, and investing in just the upstream sector alone is counterproductive. Stakeholders in the Nigerian aviation sector have said there is need for the nation to explore alternatives for aviation fuel due to sharp rise in the price of aviation fuel, which now sells at 1,000 naira per litre. Speaking on behalf of the airline operators of Nigeria, Captain Roland Iyayi noted that Nigeria currently stands a better chance to drive alternative fuel for the aviation sector through the exploration of palm oil. According to him, airline operators have been following development in the sector, especially the conversations on sustainable aviation fuel, describing it as a huge opportunity for Nigeria because the major component for sustainable aviation fuel is palm oil. Value Chain asked some Nigerians their thoughts on the recommendation.
It would help us boost our economy more, because now we are going to reduce how much we spend on importing that jet 1A14 into our country and selling at a very ridiculous price that we're making so much loss at. But when we're using our palm oil, we know that we're using our own resources. We're not paying anybody for the capital that we have already.
There's no problem now. So far we are producing palm oil here. So it will boost it will have positive impact in many of Nigeria life. For example, it will create employment. So far it will be cheaper than the fuel that we are using now. So there's no problem if we go for it now.
Nigerians' search for direct foreign investment may be on hold till next year, as experts have raised concerns that investors may continue to avoid Nigeria. Head of Research Vetiver Capital Management Limited, Luke Ofejebe, made these disclosures at the 2023 African Economic and Capital Markets Conference held recently. Ofejebe noted that a review of the capital markets in the West African sub-region has shown that the dominance of local investors may persist into 2024 due to currency instability. According to him, the performance of the local market has declined with a huge margin as a result of high operating costs due to the removal of fuel subsidy and high energy costs from hike in electricity tariffs, leading to inflationary pressure. The federal government has lamented the lack of trust amongst Nigerians towards their leaders. Minister of Information and National Orientation Muhammad Idris stated these while speaking to State House correspondents after meeting behind closed doors with President Bola Tinubu at the Presidential Villa Abuja. The minister noted that the belief in nationhood and patriotism had broken down among Nigerians, adding that the president has tasked him with the marching orders to initiate a program to reconstruct it and see that Nigerians believe in this country once again. Rema Ogwejiafo has more details.
The Minister of Information has said that a lot of Nigerians have lost faith in nationhood as well as lost their spirit of patriotism. He has said that Nigerians no longer trust or believe the people they've elected to lead them. He has said that he wants to bring about orientation programs in order to reconstruct and rebuild Nigerians' hope in the nation. Value Chain is out to find out from Nigerians if they still have faith in the country and hope for a better future.
No, I believe we have a good future, so it's a matter of doing what is right. The government should do what is right. So I think we are with God, all things are possible. We are moving forward. We'll get to that place. My advice to them is that they should, in totality, eliminate corruption. That is the major problem we have in this country. So if they should do something on that aspect, I think the country will move. So we don't have any problem. So the major thing is corruption.
Nigeria is my country, it's our country. It's just that the leaders are not doing well. They are not doing us well at all. We are almost losing hope on our leaders. We don't trust them anymore. Nigeria is becoming a country that when you mention if you are in abroad now, you say you are Nigeria, nobody values you anymore. Just because of the situation we find ourselves, due to the bad leadership. It's just the bad leadership. Our leaders are not care for us. They don't even know whether the masses are resisting. All they just want is their pockets.
As heard from Nigerians, while they still have faith in the betterment of the country, they have lost hope in the people they've elected to lead them. They have advised the government to do better in order to restore their hope in them. I am Adalbio Gwejofor, reporting for Value Chain TV.
As the nation's current economic realities challenge businesses and households, many Nigerians are increasingly relying on online loan application platforms due to ease guaranteed by absence of tangible collaterals. These loan apps have come with unconventional recovery methods, including harassment of indebted subscribers, forcing some of their loved ones into trauma. The wide reported case of a 20-year-old 300-level microbiology female undergraduate of the University of Ilorin, Kwara State, who reportedly committed suicide over her inability to repay a 500,000 naira debt obtained from an online app, has recently raised attention to the issue. Chat Moses shares more perspectives on the matter in this report.
For most Nigerians, the existence of online lending platforms, also known as online loan sharks, has done more harm than good. The recent case of a 300-level student, Sani Hamida, who committed suicide over inability to pay debts that she has borrowed, has been a major concern to Nigerians. Value Chain TV is out here on the streets of Abuja to find out from Nigerians if they've had experience with these online loan sharks and if they have advice to give to other Nigerians.
Virtually everybody who has at one point in time is on social media do have a situation whereby online apps, money lenders try to encourage you to take loans, giving you terms which are not realistic. You wouldn't know the interest rates and all that. So at first they make it look as if it's very, very beneficial to you. So when you take the monies, within a short time, they start issuing you threats,
of if you're unable to meet up with your payment for any reason. Some of them, to be very candid, have provisions for extension, but I don't want to market anybody, so I wouldn't mention the name, but most of them act as if they are laws upon themselves. They are not regulated, and it's an indictment on the regulatory agencies that grants them these licenses, if at all they have any, where they feel they can just approach anybody at any moment in time when there is a default and begin to threaten your contact, threaten you, call your contacts, give fictitious information about you, and at times they go to the extent of even saying you are a fraudster, you are acting fraudulently, you are criminal. If you do not pay within 24 hours, your information will be all over the world, and they will start sending your pictures, all because you have been unable to pay. But I don't know. Commercial banks, when you are unable to meet up with a financial obligation, say a loan, there are options for restructuring. They try to reach you to understand why you have been unable to repay.
Some of their agents are really unruly. You know, they are not considerate. They'll just be like, the due date is today now. They'll just be like, but I don't care what I don't know what you're talking about. That's your business. All I know is that if you don't pay this money, I'll do this, I'll do that. They'll start, threatening you and all that. And for people like me who are really fidgeting and afraid, at that point you're so tense, and then make you can't be say person can't get BP. Now be saying na real wahala be that.
Having heard from our respondents, since these online money lenders have done more harm than good, it is advised that Nigerians desist from borrowing from such. Chat Moses reporting for Value Chain TV.
Thanks for watching Value Chain News Update. I am Imana Bagudu. Good evening.